crack of my gob, everybody. Hey, another donation from Dennis Turny Jr. Hell yeah, Dennis Turny Jr. He wants me to put The Who, Quadrophenia versus, oh my God, Kiss, Unplugged. Now, before I get into this, I'm going to give all of you all, not all of you, because a lot of you have been here since the beginning, but many of you, the 411 on this channel, because Dennis asked a few questions about this channel. And first, I gotta say, Dennis is, by the way, I want to change my name to the Barefoot YouTuber. Look at the bottom of my foot. I swear to you, I'm not lying. I took a bath maybe like an hour ago. And I mopped the house like last week. What the hell, man? Oh well, let's see this foot. Yeah, it's just as dirty. Not cool, man. But anyway, it is cool that I am the barefoot YouTuber. Yeah. Because, you know, some people, one guy left comments going, man, put on some shoes. And another dude said, hey, do you have a P.O. box where I can send you money to buy socks? And I replied, yes, my P.O. box is P.O. Box, suck on, these nuts. And I forgot what state I said. It was a lie, I said. But anyway, here is the origins of the channel. He asked me, all right, did you name your channel after the Kiss song, Almost Human? I noticed the Kiss stuff gets the most views and so on. Does it have something to do with Kiss? And this is how it all started. My very first channel on YouTube was called The Eternal Idols, and it's still there. Because I started on YouTube with a Black Sabbath channel before a Kiss channel. Because Black Sabbath is my favorite band. So I reviewed every album over there. And then I said, oh, I'm going to do Kiss, because I love Kiss. I'm going to do a Kiss channel. And then I did a Cheap Trick channel called Cheap Trick 2. I had another one called, I forgot what it was, where I incorporated different bands. I think that was just Ralph VIERA, that channel. I can't remember. Or Phase Linear, one of the two. And on one channel, I talked about different bands. On another channel, all Black Sabbath. This channel, Almost Human and Cheap Trick. All right? It became so tedious after a while, trying to, you know, and I was like, man, if I was just to combine all of them on one channel, it'd be better. And you know, Dennis, you might have never found me if I did that, you know, because, you know, YouTube's a funny thing, you know. Anybody that's just into Kiss and not into other stuff probably won't find me because all I do is talk about Kiss. Now, it is true that Kiss gets the most views here on here, but like, I'll give you an example. Recently, I did this news report on Badlands. It's doing better than all the recent Kiss videos I did. Even the ones where Ace Frehley passed away, you figure those would be more views. No, the Badlands. The Badlands is getting the most views now. But that's one video. The rest is all Kiss. And, you know, there's a couple times other bands get caught. But, you know, I mean, Black Sabbath Sundays do well. A lot of people watch my Sabbath stuff, and a lot of people watch all my other stuff. But most people love watch my Kiss stuff. And when I did finally change the channel to, you know, other bands, and I threw Black Sabbath Sunday on here, and other stuff. But here, people got mad. And this is the weird thing about Kiss twats. You know, there's Kiss nerds like myself, you know, but Kiss twats are something else. They were getting upset with me. There was more than one. I had to ban them all. And they're probably watching now. It's been years, too, that I've done this. Because nobody's complaining anymore. Because everybody's kind of like you, Dennis. They don't they don't know that this was originally a Kiss channel. Now, when I had that Kiss channel, I would put up a video once on a good month, twice a month. Not much. Now, I do one every Wednesday on Kiss, but that's not good enough for the Kiss twats. That, you know, you get more material when I changed everything here, because, you know, I invented the only news that matters. That always bring Kiss is always in the news. And, you know, the track by tracks. People love to donate for Kiss track by tracks. So the Kiss shit is very popular, man. But the people that, I mean, it was pathetic. They were like, you should go back to being just Kiss. But when I was just Kiss, I wasn't giving you as much content. And I explained that to them. And they didn't care. And then they threw in a couple like very rude words. So, sent them to the cornfield, Twilight Zone style. So, there you go, Dennis. I hope that answers your question. Well, yeah, it does answer your question, doesn't it? Because that's how it is. My Cheap Trick, it's called Cheap Trick Tube, is still up. My Eternal Idols is still up. But the one that had all the different bands, I took that one down and threw them all over here. And yeah, so that's the origins of my channel. And the Kiss twats, you know, they're probably still watching because I give you even more Kiss content now than I did when this was only a Kiss channel. So they're probably still watching. The beautiful thing about YouTube is when I ban them, they can still comment on videos. But nobody can see it except for them. So they're probably still like, oh my God, it should be only Kiss. Oh my God. The weirdness of people to get upset of, I want this channel to be only Kiss. I don't care if you give me less content. I want it to be only Kiss because, oh my God. All right, so here we go. All right, now, you know, and there's another thing. I was about to say something, but then I thought, yeah, this is more ammunition for the Kiss twats. I love Quadrophenia more than Unmasked. Quadrophenia is a friggin' masterpiece. That and Who's Next, the greatest Who albums ever. This one, I listen to the most, along with Dress to Kill. I love Unplugged. Unplugged's amazing. And a little backstory Unplugged. This would have never happened if the guy that runs Unplugged didn't tell Gene and Paul, look, I'll give you an Unplugged show, but you got to bring Ace and Peter back, at least for a few songs. And Kiss were desperate at the time. Very desperate. Shit, they were playing hotels on their little conventions. The Revenge tour didn't do well. It was a sinking ship, man. It was a sinking ship. So they said, fuck it, we need to get on Unplugged. And we need to show the world how talented Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick are doing the old 70s stuff, you know? And they did do well. They did those songs from the 70s amazing. Picture perfect. The 70s stuff they played on there. Picture perfect. Where Ace and Peter, I liked more because they weren't picture perfect. You know what I mean? It had this more human nature, a little sloppiness, but total human. Where this is like Bruce and Eric are playing and looking over their shoulder going, let's not mess up because Paul and Gene is going to hit us with a whip. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't hit Ace and Peter with whips. No, they couldn't. Not even with the reunion. They couldn't. But anyway, let's do this. All right. This was fun to do, actually. I got to listen to both these albums, and I love them. All right. So, we start with, all right, he told me to take out the opening track, but to start with The Real Me, and he told me to add Got to Choose at the end. So here we go. It starts with The Real Me versus Coming Home. Easily The Real Me. Easily. And not to be Not to be contrary to all you people that think the Wasp version is better than the Who version. All you people that think that, I totally understand. I don't think that, but goddamn, that Wasp version is good. If you think it's better, that's okay with me. I understand. I understand why you think that. Alright. I don't understand if you think Coming Home is better. But that's a whole other thing. I'm perplexed by your pick. Next, the title track, Quadrophenia versus Plaster Caster. Coming Home and Plaster Caster, I'll say this about Kiss. I love 70s Kiss. That's why, people say I don't like Kiss, you're an idiot. Because, I don't like later Kiss, some of the later Kiss. I love some of the later Kiss, and I don't love some of the later Kiss. But 70s Kiss, on all those albums, not including the solo albums, on all the Kiss albums from the first album to Dynasty, I can only find about 3 songs I don't like on all those albums. And then there's songs that they're good, but they're not great, and there's not many of those. But definitely I would put Coming Home and Plaster Caster in. It's a good song. But it's no Making Love, Mr. Speed, and, Parasite, you know what I'm saying? Those are the top tier shit. But Quadrophenia wins. It wins. All right, next. Cut My Hair versus Going Blind. All right, here we go. This hurts. This hurts for me to do it. I'm going to do it, but it hurts. I'm giving it to Kiss. For all you Kiss haters out there. Going Blind is great on here. And I'm telling you, man, if Going Blind was on Quadrophenia and the Who wrote Going Blind, I bet you anything it'd be on the radio as much as Love Rain on Me. It would. It'd be a humongous hit. And it would make sense with the lyrics. I didn't mean to go there. Alright. Going Blind wins. He changes the lyrics, but I believe those are the original lyrics that he sings on this version. Little Lady from the Deep Blue Sea or some shit like that. I believe that's the original version. Alright, next. The Punk and the Godfather versus Do You Love Me. This one really hurt. I think they did Do You Love Me fucking amazing on this. But I gotta go with the Punk and the Godfather. One of the best songs on here. Definitely a dark horse on Quadrophenia. Definitely giving it to that one. Alright, next. I'm One versus Domino. Alright. Domino, I can care less about. I can care less about that damn song. I love I'm One. I would say it's my second favorite song off the album. My favorite's coming up. But I'm One is one of the, it's one of the greatest Who songs, period. I could care less for Domino. And I saw the farewell tour, the Who farewell tour, where now it's like, come on, how can it not be a farewell tour at this point? They're 110 years old. They played I'm One. Well, I mean, Pete Townsend, alone, on stage with the spotlight, singing and playing I'm One. Fuck. And I did see him do it before, but I'm just saying, man. What a song. What a gorgeous song. Domino. Shit, son. Get out of here with that lame-ass later ZZ Top sounding song. Alright, next. The Dirty Jobs versus Sure Knows Something. A lot of people say, oh, Sure Knows Something, the Unplugged version is better than the Dynasty version. I tend to think you're kind of right. But then I think you're kind of wrong. I think they're both tied as awesome. A lot of people point at Sure Knows Something as the best song on Unplugged. Do I think that? Let me overlook the songs. Yeah, I do think that. Yeah. I think that's the best song they do on here. I love The Dirty Job. I love it, but I'm giving that one a, oh my God, Kiss. Alright, next. Helpless Dancer versus A World Without Heroes. Very hard. Another very difficult one, but I'm giving that one a Kiss. A World Without Heroes, it works, man. I would say that one as well is right there with the Elder version. Not very talked about, the amazing live version of A World Without Heroes. It wins. Alright, next. Is It In My Head versus Rock Bottom. Kiss is kicking ass because I'm giving it to Rock Bottom. Another great version these guys do. It doesn't have that loose killer feel that Alive has, but it's still killer. With the acoustics, it works. I'm giving it to Rock Bottom. Alright, next. I've Had Enough versus See You Tonight. This hurts, man. This hurts because I love them both so much, but I gotta go with The Who, man. I gotta go with I've Had Enough. But it's very close. Alright, now let's pick a random album, shall we? I know here's Motorhead. You see, when I look, I see, like, you know, the Another Perfect Day and what's the other one? Iron Fist Deluxe. I go, I know this is Motorhead stuff. So I like to pick something where I don't know what I'm picking. If I go right here, look, I'll give you an example. If I go right here, yeah, I'm going to pick a Motorhead album. A killer one, Ace of Spades. So I'm not going to go there. All right? I'm going to go here. Right here. I don't know what the hell's there. I can see in the camera what it is. Love it. The Third Sanctuary, and it's a reunion album. Oh, you know, I got to say something else about Dennis Turny, what he wrote me. When he watches my Currently Crankins and stuff, and my, you know, random picks and stuff, he actually writes down the bands he doesn't know that I mentioned, and he goes and checks them out. How awesome is that, man? Dennis, I got to do it again, buddy. Amazing. And speaking of amazing, yeah, Dennis, if you haven't heard this, well, actually, I will tell you, Dennis. Dennis probably knows. But those first two albums, I like the first two more, but I love this. It is a reunion album, and it's awesome. But yeah, Refuge Denied and In the Mirror Black, I like more. But this is solid, man. It's a solid reunion. And actually, I'm going to play it after I'm done here. All right. 5:15 versus I Still Love You. You know, I Still Love You, I only like the Creature of the Night version. I hate the live version. I can tolerate the Unplugged version. Because Paul doesn't really do that much vocal gymnastic. He doesn't. He doesn't overdo it. It's all right. The I Still Love You on the Unplugged version. Listening to it today, I'm like, oh no, here we go, I Still Love You. And then I heard, I was like, yeah, you know, Paul doesn't go, you know, Mariah Carey on this song. So, I love it. I love the version. But it's still, I'll still put that Creature of the Night, because I love that eerie keyboard shit that's going on behind it. Oh, I think I Still Love You's fucking awesome. 5:15 though is better. Even better than the fucking Creature of the Night version, if you ask me. Definitely giving that to 5:15, which is another song I saw them play live once. Well, actually, I saw them play Quadrophenia in its entirety live many moons ago. All right. Yeah, 5:15. Next. Sea and Sand versus Every Time I Look at You. Easily Sea and Sand. Every Time I Look at You blows. That's a horrible song. I just think it's horrible. And you know what? I like Forever. I like the ballad they did before it. I did like it. I mean, it's sloppy and stuff, but Every Time I Look at You is so try-hard. It's so power ballad by the numbers. I heard a million bands do that already, including Kiss. But yeah, it's hard. Yeah. Definitely giving that to Sea and Sand. Next. Drowned versus 2000, man. I dig Drowned. I do dig it. But when you bring out the original four, and the original four, this is the only song the original four play alone. With drums. And what a great, great version of 2000 Man. Love it. Absolutely love it. Yes, I prefer Dynasty, but I love this version, and I put it over Drowned. I'm giving that to Kiss. All right, next. Bellboy. Put your hands up and down, Bellboy. I love it. Versus Beth. I love it more. Beth Unplugged is fucking magic to me. Magic to my ears. The fucking acoustic solo Ace does. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It wins. All right, next. I love Beth, man. I know a lot of people don't. I'm a big fan of Beth. Dr. Jimmy versus You Got Nothing to Lose. Yeah, you got the whole band up there now. Eric Singer and Bruce Kulick, Ace, Paul, Gene, and Peter. Yeah, I dig Dr. Jimmy, but boy, that Nothing to Lose is kind of an assault, man. I'd put it above the studio version, but not the Kiss Alive version. But yeah, Nothing to Lose wins. I'm giving that to Kiss. All right, next. The Rock versus Rock and Roll All Night. I dig Rock and Roll All Night. I think it's a good version on here. Burnt out song, of course, but it's a good version. The Rock is an amazing instrumental. Amazing. Total win for The Who. All right, next. How long have we got? Yeah, we're 22 minutes into this, man. Anyway, next. Love Rain on Me versus Got to Choose. All right. I don't like Got to Choose. I never liked that song. I do like it somewhat on Kiss Alive. I can deal with it there. I can't deal with the bonus track. It's a bonus track. I can't deal with the studio version. When I put on Holler Now, I start with Parasite. Seriously. I don't like Got to Choose. I know it's a very loved song. It's not one of my, I don't think, and again, I put it in the same category as Plaster Caster and Coming Home. It's not a terrible song. I just don't like it. The ones I really hate are Hooligan. I hate that one. Great Expectations. I hate that one. And Love Theme from Kiss. Those are the three Kiss songs I can't stand. 3 Kiss songs I can't stand throughout the whole 70s discography. And people say I'm a hater. Stupid Kiss twats. But anyway, Love Rain on Me, man. Come on. That's the greatest song on that album, and it may be the greatest Who song. If I was to think about that, yeah. You know what Who song I love? It's such a quirky, weird song. Daily Records. It's a quirky, weird tune. I love that song, man. When it came on my iPod Shuffle, a couple of weeks ago, when I'm driving around, that song came on. I'm like, I love this song. It coming inside. I love that song. I love that album, Phase Dances, without Keith Moon, the first one without Keith Moon. I love that album. Don't Let Go of the Coat. You Better, You Bet. What's that other one? There's so many good songs on there, man. You can't always get it when you really want it. What song is that? Can't get it at all. You gotta get used to it. Another Tricky Day. Fucking great stuff, man. But anyway, Dennis, this is the final score. And look how close that is. You people that think I hate Kiss. Well, you're going to think I hate Kiss because Who won. But look how close it is. And that's Kiss versus Quadrophenia, bro. You may not understand the greatness of Quadrophenia. You lick doorknobs. What do you know? But that's a great friggin' album, man. That's a friggin' masterpiece. I'm telling you, I dislike nothing off this album. This one, yeah, I dislike stuff. You hater! But anyway, Dennis, you rule, my brother. Thank you so much. And thanks for, writing down. I hope Dennis tells me I turn them on to all these bands. When I talk, about, when I do the Currently Cranking. And also the random picks, and track by track. He looks into all this shit, and that's awesome. And I know there's a couple other people that do it too, so that's awesome. I love when I turn people onto music. I really do. And Dennis is, he's checking out all my shit, and I'm turning it on to a lot of cool shit. That's awesome, my friend. And I wish nothing but the best for you and Melissa. And that goes for everybody out there. I thank you all for watching. If you like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Young and Wasted by Kiss. And smack 'em on gob.